Well, this is a familiar camera angle. Wonder what we're going to talk about today. Anyway. Four years. Can you believe it? 4 years of vlogging on YouTube. Now you might be asking, Alex, why not celebrate at an actual benchmark number like 5 or 10? Because it's boring. But I do have a better reason than it's just boring. Now, if things had gone to plan the way I thought it would 4 years ago, I'd be graduating from college this semester, the fall semester of 2022. And this would probably be my last vlog. An ultimate series finale looking back at everything I had done and going, it's time to go bigger. But things didn't go as planned. Instead, I'm still here, and I'm still making these silly little videos. So instead of making this a series finale with a somber and nostalgic tone, I'd love to just talk about the last 4 years and share some really cool stuff about it. See, when I came up with the idea to talk about my 4 years as a vlogger on YouTube, I really didn't know what to do. And so my first thought was, I'll just kind of do exactly what I did in the first one. But instead of talking about what I'm going to do, I'd like to talk about mostly what has been done in the last 4 years and reflect upon the good and the bad and the in-between. And then at the end, I want to reflect upon what's next. So I want to talk to you about the timeline of the vlogs. I do put the dates on, but it can get confusing, especially because I don't post on the same day as I do film. Just to clarify, we'll be going by the days that they were filmed, not the days they were uploaded. Chapter 1 started on October 28th of 2018. 4 years ago today, and went all the way to May 26th, 2019, which was my graduation. Chapter 2 started on June 13, 2019, and went all the way to March 21st, 2020. This was the busiest chapter. I think a lot happened in it, and it's just insane. Chapter 3 started on April 22nd, 2020, and went all the way to June 23rd, 2021. That's the longest running chapter at the time. Then chapter 4 started on October 10th, 2021 when I climbed Red Mountain, and it is going on until now, and it will continue. And chapter 5? We'll talk about that later. But right now I want to move on and show you something really cool, and show you where I traveled in the vlogs. So just to be clear, this is where I went in the videos, not where I've gone in the past 4 years. However, this is just for Montana, so we need to get a bigger map. It's really cool to visualize this, just because I've had travels during the vlogs that were not in the vlogs, and so it's really cool to see what I actually showed all of you guys. Man. And then flying, I mean, if I had enough time in this vlog to go over everywhere that I have gone in the vlogs, I would have a world map, a map of North America, stuff like that. The thing is I can't cover on this map are Puerto Vallarta and Costa Rica, but that's okay, because I have the lines there anyway. I hope you enjoyed that a little bit, but now we're gonna move on. I can't believe that 4 years ago to the day, I came up here to take my own senior pictures. And you know what that means, right? If things had gone the way that I thought, and I'd probably be here talking about how hard it was to get my degree, how fun, and the amazing adventures that I had. But none of that happened. Instead, what happened was COVID. I dropped out. Started my own little company, though, and continued making these silly little videos. But why? It's a good question. But it's one that I also want to explore when I'm up there. Yeah, here, I'll show you. Up there. So yeah, I think these videos show my growth. It's God and I figuring out my path through life, through my own personal mountains. And I don't know if I want to show these to my kids. I don't even know if they'll want to watch them. But I think in some ways, it's both an example of what to do and what not to do. How to get through the hard parts of life and how to get through the fun ones. And how you live with how the fun parts eventually go away. They end. And you grow up. This is part of life. So while I'm sitting on this rock that is on the edge of a cliff, I would like to look back and point out some of the biggest growths and achievements that took place during the vlogs. And to be honest, I did not think about this before I came up here, so we're just thinking back to the biggest things. I think most definitely one of the biggest growths was releasing my lyrical music album. Because while it was kind of a meme at my high school and people made fun of me, you know when people are like being nice and they're just not, you know what I'm talking about? That kind. But that was a big growth for me because in experiencing that, I realized maybe music wasn't the best thing for me. So I turned directly to film, and well, I still write music, but not that kind. I write orchestral music, which I think is a lot better and a lot less cringe. At the start of it all, I think the second vlog was on Halloween, and we were finishing up the short film called The Screecher. And I would call that an achievement right from the get-go. The fact that I made that short film, and then a couple of years later, during chapter 3, Sterling and I made Run, which, when you look at the production level, it was about the same, but I think Run turned out a lot better. Graduating, that was a big achievement. One of the biggest changes was getting my heart procedure. And with that whole trip, I just grew a lot. I realized things were going to be different. and then after that, leaving Great Falls and moving to a new place for the first time in my entire life. I had never done that before. I was leaving this place, this last best place, and I made those 2 amazing vlogs with 2 of my best friends. And it was just great. And then I left, and I met new people, and that was one of my biggest growths, was realizing because I had left did not mean that I had to leave people here behind, which is almost exactly what I did. And that's not a good idea. And in a more serious note, that's how I lost a lot of people. And I grew through that. And then, COVID. I don't think any of us really like to talk about that, but it changed everything. And that whole thing made me grow up. I had a thought that the world was so good. And it is, when you're just looking at the surface, the landscape and everything. But COVID, it was where I hoped that everybody would just stick together and be good about everything. And the opposite happened. I don't think it's possible to live in this world without at least acknowledging that everybody is selfish. And the point of living is to become selfless. I also think that this chapter right here it's kind of hard to show my growth in it because I've really been focusing on living life. And maybe that's a growth in and of itself. That I've decided that, videotaping everything is fun, but you miss things, you miss a lot. And so, taking the past 16 months to just live. Since Courtney has left, I've just been living life and waiting for her to come back. So that is personal growth. And maybe the biggest one that I've just realized that this can't go on forever. I'm gonna have to start living life soon. It's been a good 4 years. So I guess one more question is, how long are these videos going to continue on? I'll talk about that that way. In 2018, when I stood up here making my first vlog, I said these very words. The question is, why am I doing this? Why am I doing any of this? Well, first off, that's cool. I think that's why I do this. That's cool. This is all really cool. Not the vlogs, but what I see and what I experience. It's all so cool. Yeah, the world may throw a few punches at me here and there, but man, is it beautiful. At the current moment, I have no intention of going past 6 chapters of vlogs. I mean, things can change, but in its current form, I think that's where it'll burn out. And I don't think I'll ever stop making small videos like this every once in a while, but I think that's where it's going to become something different. And that's fine. Things change. But the truth is, these silly little videos, I love making them. And yeah, I love making films and soundtracks and all that, but these little videos, they fuel my ever-growing passion in between each project. And I just love putting them together and showing an audience what I love to do and what I love to see. So, rest assured that the next 2 years you will have vlogs. But man, the past 4 years have been amazing. And I thank all of you for it. I couldn't do it without any single one of you, and it's just so cool. It's cool. Thank you for making it a unique experience. That's what I got to say. But as being a film person, I can't really just leave it at thanks for watching or anything. So as you guys click off the video, here's a nice sunset to show you guys.